Приветствую вас на канале Play. Сегодня первое прохождение The Little Acre. Acre. Вот. Поиграем вместе с вами, пройдем. Надеюсь, вам будет интересно. Начинаем.
I awoke to the sounds of Lily's gentle snores as they drifted across the bedroom loft. She was still fast asleep, and I needed to keep it that way, or suffer the consequences. Creaky floorboards meant that the simple act of getting dressed will require a little ingenuity.
My boots were nearby, but I needed to put on my trousers first. This wasn't my first rodeo. My boots were nearby, but I needed to put on my trousers first. This wasn't my first rodeo. My trousers were just out of reach. Morning, Dougal. My trousers were just out of reach. Yoink. Huh? Yeah. Lily made a fish and marmalade sandwich for me the day before. I didn't have the heart to refuse, but I wasn't about to eat it. Boots, check. Oh, that stinks. I couldn't do anything about the sweater while Lily was still cuddling it. Even with the stick, I couldn't reach that far. I'd freed my sweater from Lily's clutches, but I was still out of reach. Even with the stick, I couldn't reach that far. I'd freed my sweater from Lily's clutches, but I was still out of reach. I should be able to get the trajectory right. He wasn't going to just let me take it, but maybe he'd be interested in a trade. I had to wait until his mouth was open. I wondered if I could swap the sweater for the stick, without him even noticing. Ah, Dougal was happily grazing on my sweater. Any more rolling and I'd see that sandwich again. Any more rolling and I'd see that sandwich again. I've had better ideas. He wasn't gonna just let me take it, but maybe he'd be interested in a trade. Ah, Dougal was happily grazing on my sweater. I had to wait until his mouth was open. I wondered if I could swap the sweater for the stick, without him even noticing. Any more rolling and I'd see that sandwich again. That was my cue to sneak out of there. I decided I'd cycle to the nearby town. Maybe I'd find someone willing to hire me. Maybe I'd find someone who knew where my dad had gone. But first, I had a few things to take care of. Lily's dress was hanging from the line. Take it down for her. She developed her own technique for that. If I went back up there, I'd wake Lily, and I did not want to do that. The doors of the cupboard where we kept the dishes were tight closed. I'm pretty sure Lily chewed through them last time. Cooking utensils hung from the wall by the fire, for now at least. I'd recently made Lily a small wooden sword so she'd have something else to swing around. I picked up the jug. I'd need water to make Lily's breakfast. I don't think that would have helped. Strange light? Ah, it's a package from my father.
Arthur, this is the last of the small crystals. I hope this was worth giving up your job for. I'm still finding the whole notion difficult to believe. I'm tempted to make a trip to your home to see it with my own eyes. But the fact that you keep the generator in your bedroom is quite unsettling, to say the least. If what you say about the lesser crystals is true, then I fear what may happen when this company begins experimenting on the large one. It's still safe for now, but I don't think it'll be possible to smuggle it out of here without anyone noticing. Given the apparent results of your own experiments, it's possible they'll listen to your warning. However, it's more likely they'll see nothing other than the potential for profit. For now, I'll do my best to impede their research. Stay safe, my friend. Nina.
The strange crystal was obviously important to my father. I couldn't help but wonder if it had anything to do with him going missing. I decided to do a little snooping around. Taking into account Lily's willfulness, it was often easier to indulge her creativity than flat out ask her to do something. In this case, the gnome was a spy who informed me of when Lily wandered too far from the house. My father had notions in terms of farming when he left his job. He never could leave signs behind. It was Dad's idea to put the memorial stone by the wall. It was Anya's favourite place to have a picnic. My trusty bicycle was my main method of transport, and definitely didn't require any modifications, despite what my father said. don't think that... I've had better ideas. I don't think that would have... Dad, where are you? Dad left his jacket behind. Sometimes his work would make him forget the little things, like wearing a jacket outside, or eating. Didn't really stop to think where my dad got the mask or why he wanted it. I was pretty sure I could put it to good use though. Lily left Sir Fuzzlepuff here a while ago with strict instructions to report to her immediately if he saw her grandfather. It looked like he had rifled through his belongings in a hurry. Either that, or Lily had been searching for clues. Dad made his own generator to power his workshop. As with his other inventions, he just refused to explain how it worked. It looked like there was something missing, but I hadn't figured out what. The notes indicated that the water could be topped up via the funnel. I presume the machine wouldn't work without coolant. It looked like something important was supposed to go in the slot. Let's see. It fits. Huh? It's glowing. The label on the right indicated the weight of the crystal. The machine was displaying data based on... I had to admit, some of Dad's inventions really were inspired. Now that I had a lead on my dad's whereabouts, I definitely couldn't leave. Now that I had a lead on my dad's whereabouts, I definitely couldn't leave. Now that I had a lead on my dad's whereabouts, I definitely couldn't leave. I don't think... No. Now that I had a lead on my dad, my trusty bicycle was mine. Definitely didn't require any... My
father had notions to turn to farm. He never... My father had... I think he relocated so he won't be responsible for waking Lily. You and me both, buddy. Lily's dress will take it down for her. If I went back up there, I'd wake Lily, and I did not want to do that. Nah. The funnel allowed for coolant to be added. The funnel allowed for coolant to be added. Huh? It's glowing. The label on the right indicates... The machine was displaying... The label on the left indicated... The funnel allowed for coolant to be added. Nah. I don't think that would have helped.
Dad left his jacket. Sometimes his... I had to admit, some of Dad's inventions really were inspired. The rotor blades at Dad's transmitter. Shortly after resigning from his position at the hydroelectric power station, Dad set up they were connected to a machine which appeared overly complex for the purpose of powering a few bulbs. I don't think... I've had better ideas. I've had better ideas. I don't think... Dad left it sometimes... I had to admit, some of Dad's inventions really were inspired. Cooking utensils hung from the wall by the fire, for now at least. I'd recently made Lily a small wooden sword so she'd have something else to swing around. Lily's dress was hanging from the... Take it down for her. She developed her own technique for that. The doors of the cupboard where we kept the dishes were tight. Pretty sure Lily chewed through them last time. I think he relocated so he won't be responsible. You and me both, buddy. I think he relocated. If I went back, I did not. Taking into account Lily's willfulness, it was often easier to... In this case, the gnome was a spy. My father had notions in terms... Dad's compactable footstool seemed like a great idea. I wasn't sure why it hadn't taken off. I only ever saw the transmitter active on a few occasions. During those times, Dad would have kept the Dad converted the garden shed into his personal workshop when he decided he wanted to work for himself. He'd normally spend every waking hour in there, inventing, tinkering, but it had been days, and there was no sign of him. The door wasn't locked, but something was blocking on the other side. The receiver attached to the shed received something from the transmitter, which in turn rotated the wheels to move the belt along in order to... I had no idea. Sometimes I think Dad added contraptions to his contraptions just to throw me off. There was a solid block of wood next to the pump. The pump handle had snapped, leaving only a small section of it protruding from the pump. It was going to take something heavy to force it down. There was a solid block of wood. Dad converted the garden. He'd known. I don't think that would have. I've had better ideas. Shortly after I don't think that would have. I've had better ideas. It looked like the pitchfork had fallen from its resting place. I couldn't see a thing, and the idea of walking around a room in the dark, where my... The lights in the shed only came on when Dad's generator was running. I hadn't figured out how it worked yet though. It wasn't your average generator. Don't. Yet another impressive feat of engineering. Well, well, well. I only ever saw the transmitter active on a few. During those times. Dad converted the. He'd only. But it'd have been day. I've had enough of that pump for today. I don't think. I've had better ideas. I don't think that would have. There, that should keep it cool. The notes indicated that the water could be topped up via the funnel. I presume the machine wouldn't work without coolant. Huh? It's glowing. The machine was displaying data. Shortly after resigning from his position, Dad had a habit of writing on whatever was nearest at the time. Apparently he found a way to make sure I didn't clean it. He must have wanted to remember that particular pattern, but what for? Cooking utensils. I'd recently made. I only ever saw the transmitter act during the. The lights in the shed only came on when Dad's generator was running. I hadn't figured out how it worked yet though. It wasn't your average generator. I couldn't see a thing. Dad converted the garden. He'd normally spend every week. I only ever saw the transmitter active during those times. Whatever I did, it caused the machine in the back garden to power up. All this power from a crystal. The machine was receiving turned out the shed's various Sure enough, the lights and whatever other equipment Dad constructed were receiving power. I wasn't sure if I was getting any closer to figuring out what happened to him, but it was the best lead I had. There was a hand-drawn map on the wall with 2 locations marked: our house and the hydroelectric dam, where Dad used to work. The machine appeared to have opened by itself. There was a 50-50 chance that it was intended to respond to vibration, or that it was simply as reliable as the stepladder. It was one of the puzzle boxes my father often made for Lily. I wasn't sure why he hadn't given her this one, but I knew she'd be happy to have it. I'll find a way to blame it on the dog. The machine appeared to be waiting for something. I don't think that... I wanted to give Lily the puzzle box I had found, but she was still asleep. Can you tell if there's anything dead or explosive in this box? With the machine generating power, there was some of it was obscure. All this power from... It looked like he had rifled that. I wanted to give whenever possible. I've had better. I don't think. I've had better ideas. I don't think that would have helped. There was a small keyhole in the back, but like many of Dad's devices, its purpose was far from obvious. I've had better... No. The machine appeared... I wanted to give Lily the puzzle box I had found, but she was still asleep. Tried to keep some things out of Lily's reach, but it never worked. I've had better ideas. I don't think that would have helped. Now that I had a lead on my dad's whereabouts, I definitely couldn't leave. Dougal, I think it's your turn to wake Lily up. Cooking utensils hung from the wall by the fire. For now, I'd recently made Lily a small wooden sword so she'd have something else to swing around. The doors of the cupboard were pretty sure. Lily's dress was hanging from take it down for her. She developed her own technique for that. I wanted to give Lily the puzzle box I had found, but she was still asleep. Lily, does when in doubt, dance it out mean anything to you? Right. Nah. Lily was fearless. How did that dance go again? How did that dance go again? The secret dance routine turned out to be the solution for the combination lock. Inside the box there was a small key where the tasty treat should have been. Lily was already out of bed. Sort of. Book's about the right size. Hey! Ah!
So hungry. Need breakfast. Look, Dougal, everything's laid out already. I should just make it myself. It's porridge. What could go wrong? Water? Check. Big old bag of oats. Prepare to be eaten. Hey, wait a minute. It's empty! Okay, I can fix this. All I need is a fresh bag of oats, a new bowl, and then to place the pot over the fire. This is easy peasy. What was Dad worried about? Ugh, Dad tied a knot around the handle again. He must be trying to keep you away from the bowls, Dougal. I've never adventured on an empty stomach. I've never adventured on an empty stomach. Hey, Dougal, I think someone's at the door, boy. That breakfast wasn't going to prepare itself. Why didn't Granddad invent something like that? That breakfast wasn't going to prepare itself. Why didn't Granddad invent something like that? Dougal, attack that string! Well, I did this all by myself. Hang on. Where is Dad?
Oh. For a moment, I wondered where I was. Then I noticed everything was different. I was different. But it was when I thought of Lily that it no longer mattered why. I couldn't let her think that she had lost someone else. Somebody had left their belongings on the floor of the strange room. After glancing over the items, I realized some of them belonged to my dad. So, this is where you went. Dad's pipe had been left behind, and in more pieces than the last time I saw it. No wonder, if his entrance was anything like mine was. It was unusual to see Dad without his hat, and vice versa. Then again, it was noticeably warmer than home. I decided to take it with me. Among the collection of things, there was a notebook, but I didn't recognize the owner's handwriting. A quick scan showed it to be filled with scientific notation, none of which I could make sense of. glass jar had been left next to the other belongings, emitting a faint white light. Assuming unusual objects to be important seemed like a good rule of thumb, so I picked it up. Whatever the rightmost socket was supposed to do, it didn't seem to be able to do it while the lab was unpowered.
I've had better ideas. Placing the jar into the left socket had restored basic power to the lab. The lab had some power, but none of it was reaching the door release mechanism. Come on. Okay, let's figure this out. There was just enough power to distribute to the door release. It took a large amount of power to get me here. Logic dictated that it would take something similar to get me home. I was gonna have to venture outside to find it. And in the back of my mind, I hoped that I might find my father along the way.
Dad must have gone to town without telling us. Oh well, time to go to work. Dougal did his best to keep me out of danger. It was... I took the stretchy rope from the tractor. Every adventurer needs rope. Right where I left it. Heroes are good at saving people. Heroes are good at saving people, but I never...
Dad had probably already... Nobody ever sent us anything in.
So, we meet again. Watch your back, gnome. I thought about doing that. Can't go that way. Gnome is watching. left the house, and there is work to do. I'd only just...
Can't go that way. Gnome is watching.
Grandad would have been proud of my giant slingshot.
I needed to be sitting in the slingshot before waving the bone around.
Ugh. I wasn't strong enough to pull myself back. Hopefully we haven't missed any customers. Dad says we're running out of money. He's doing his best to find a job. He's probably gone to town for that exact reason. So until then, we've got to do our best to help out. Hey, Breeze! You didn't pay for that! Good thing Wings can't ride bikes. Wait. If Dad's bike is still here, where's he been all morning? I had a bad feeling, and I was pretty sure it had nothing to do with the porridge. Hiya!
With Gnome out of the way, I was free to start looking for Dad.
Dad had probably already checked.
Nobody ever sent us a...
He can't see me with that definite.
I'd never run away from home. Besides, there wasn't a...
It felt like a dream. I was being led down a path, and, short of curling up into a ball, I was helpless to do anything about it. I considered going back inside and just waiting for someone to find me, but I knew that if I wanted to get back to Lily soon, I'd have to find the source of power for the machine that brought me here, and I wasn't coming back until I found it. It looked like the blue lamp also acted as a door release. It looked like the blue lamp also acted as a door release.
I don't say this often. Dougal, do you think we should have a quick nap? No, you're... I don't say this often, but... Come on, Sir Fuzzlepuff. I'm on a new quest. already looked through. Wherever he went, he took his hat with him. At least that ruled out alien abduction. I heard that's a thing. I tried getting Dougal to pick up Grandad's scent. No dice. Flying goes down. Fira? Huh? Hey! How come when I draw on the walls it's a bad thing? Ooh, shiny. I probably shouldn't touch it. This spinning machine usually only works when Grandad is busy in the shed. Could he be back? The handle was shorter than I remembered. Maybe I just grew a lot overnight. Grandad would pretend he did everything for a reason, but I think he just liked to decorate. I wasn't allowed to go into the shed, which made it the best place for playing in. Dad, are you in here? Wow, I've never seen this thing open before. I jump straight in, but this is something Grandad made. I'm going to need a guinea pig. Godspeed, Sir Fuzzlepuff. Whoa! He's gone. Of all the souls I have encountered in my travels, his was the most fuzzy. Dougal, this must be where everyone went. What if something happened? I need to go after them. Before I go, I should leave a note somewhere so Dad knows where I went. Grandad wouldn't mind me borrowing a little bit of paper. You wait here in case someone comes by. Oh.
As I wandered deeper into the swamp, I began to feel uneasy. From the gnarled and twisted branches of bizarre trees to the clamour of unrecognizable creatures filling the air, it was clear I was a long way from home.
Oh my god! I'm adorable! I couldn't wait to see what Dad looked like. This is Granddad's stuff. I knew it! His sacrifice will never be forgotten. Nope. Nope. That definitely...
The doors had crumbled, and creeping vines... It was hard to tell which had occurred first. The doors had crumbled, and creeping vines had woven their way amongst them. It was hard to tell which had occurred first.
My apologies. I don't see many like you.
Who are you?
Mare.
Mer?
No, just Mare.
I'm not sure where I am. Can you help me get home?
Maybe help each other? Come, sit.
Oh. I want to live here!
My people lived here once long ago. They had machines, kept us warm, safe. Now I am alone, and the machines not work.
Well, I'll take a look, but if I do, will you help me get home?
By fixing machine, you return home.
So it's the same generator that powers the lab. Okay, show me.
Follow.
Next to Mare's toolbox was a single peculiar glove. What is this?
Whoa! Careful.
Sorry. Whoever had made the engravings appeared to understand the concept of traveling to other. They also appeared to place a lot of value in doing so. Whoever had made the engravings, they also. In one corner of the room were several flowers laid out in a grid pattern. There was something familiar about it. It's not accepting the same pattern as last time. I need to find the pattern for home somehow. A 4x4 grid of small cubes lay at the bottom of the pool. I presumed it would display the pattern to doll home, but I wasn't sure how. From what I could see, Mare wasn't going to get very far without a power source. Does this radio also belong to my father? I wondered why he thought it would work so far from home. Does this radio also belong? I wondered why. What is this place?
Sacred place. History and future.
Your people wrote this?
Always been here.
And then your people left? When?
100 years? More?
100 years? A skittish indigenous creature was sitting on the flat circle. I don't think that would have... I don't... Hey! This looks like my father's toolbox. It is his toolbox. So he's been here. Have you seen him?
Arthur.
You have? Where is he?
Took crystal. Stole crystal. Then left.
Where did he go? Nah. I don't think that would have helped. There was a large bulbous plant blocking a pipe at the top of the stairs. It felt like it was full of water. Nah. A 4x4 grid of small cubes lay at the bottom of the pool. Mare appeared to be using my father's toolbox, although I didn't want to press the issue. My main goal was getting out of there. Whoever had made the engravings appeared to understand the concept of traveling to other. They also appeared to play. From what I could see, Mare wasn't going to get very. I've had better ideas. In front of the pool of shallow water, there was a small, flat surface. I would have guessed at a ceremonious function, but the entire structure appeared. I've had better ideas. In front of the pool of Mare appeared to be. I didn't want to. Does this right? I wondered why he thought. Mare was busy tinkering with the pedestal's mechanisms. I imagined the ancient machines were the only thing that kept him occupied. Does this radio also belong to my father? I wondered why he thought it would work so. A 4x4 grid of. I presumed it would display the pattern to dial home, but I wasn't sure how. From what I could see, I don't think that would have helped. I've had better ideas. I don't think that would have. Not enough power. I don't think that would have. I don't. Not enough power. I've had better ideas. Somehow a bluish. Engraved into one of the walls was the scene of worship. The object of their adoration looked like a hole in the sky. I don't think that would have happened. Engraved into one of the walls was the scene of worship. The object of their adoration looked like a hole in the sky. Somehow, a bluish light was emanating from some of the cracks in the wall. I don't think that would have. I don't think that. I've had better ideas. I don't... Somehow, a bluish light was emanating from some of the cracks in the wall. Somehow, a bluish light was Somehow, a bluish light was emanating from some of the cracks in the wall. Somehow, a bluish light was emanating from... I've had better ideas. Engraved into one of the objects of their adoration looked like a hole in the sky. Somehow, a bluish light was Somehow, a bluish light... Somehow, a bluish light was emanating from some of the cracks in the wall. Somehow, a bluish light... No. Somehow, a bluish light... Somehow, a bluish light was emanating from some of the cracks in the wall. Whoa!
Careful!
Careful! Right. The crystal hidden behind the wall looks similar to the one I had seen earlier that day. From what I could see, Mare wasn't going to get very far without a power source. From what I could see, Mare...
Something happened!
Combined with the crystal, the glove was a sufficient power... A 4x4... I presume... Whoever had made the engraving, they also... I picked up a screwdriver from the overturned toolbox. I've had better ideas. With the obstruction removed, I could hear water flow through the pipes to another part of the building. Hey, I think that worked. Hey, what are you doing?
Silence! Mine to take. Belongs to me. Ah!
I'm gonna get out of here.
Thank you. There were swamp monsters, and it tasted. I wasn't getting back in that water.
What have you got there? Gone adventuring. No, no, no! Can I help you?
My name is Nina. I'm a friend of your father's. I've been out here for a while thinking about how to say this in a way that you'd believe me, but then about a minute ago I heard that sound. You've been there, haven't you? To Clonfera.
Yes, and I need to get back there.
You mustn't go back there! It's dangerous! Your father, he was killed! I'm so sorry!
He... What? Lily! Lily's there, in Clonfera! You have to help me bring her home, please!
Oh my god! Come with me! We need to get to my lab! Hurry!
But then he spat me out. He's probably not used to his food poking him with a sword. And then I saw you, although you already knew that bit. You're a good listener, like Dougal. Hey, what's your name, by the way? Well, you're like a big bug, so I'm gonna call you Bugsy, okay? So, will you help me find my family? Okay, first, let's get out of here. I might be able to climb this. Oof! Or not. There was a really big... Hey, Bugsy! Give me a boost! Hup. There was a really big... Hey! I'm back where I started! And I've lost my sword! We could have just used the dog-eat door this whole time? Come on, then. Hey! Woo! Oh, look at that thing! It's like a squirrel! Bugsy! What did he ever do to you? What? Hey! I hope you're as good at tracking as Dougal is. I thought about doing that. I hope you're as good at tracking. He must have gone into one of these flowers. Which one? didn't want to hurt the barrel. That definitely wouldn't have... which... Evidence! I thought about doing that. Trust me. Smell this. He seemed pretty sure about which way the barrel went. Wait here. I'll be right back.
Okay, I don't have any more crystals of the type Arthur used, but I have this.
Wait, why can't we just use that with my father's machine?
Because we don't want to blow up the whole countryside. I'll explain when we get to my lab. I'm hoping that I'll be able to send you to Clonfera from here, but they're not going to just let me bring someone into the building. You should be able to sneak in through the side entrance. Just make sure no one sees you. I'll go on ahead and get started. See you soon.
Hang on, Lily. I'm on the way. The cat was too preoccupied to notice me. Hey, did you stop making so much noise? I'm trying to be stealthy. I've had better ideas. The door was locked. Of course it was. Through the window, I could see there was someone inside. Luckily, he was too busy. The small grey covering... Hey, did you stop making... The cat was too preoccupied to notice me. There was no turning back. I had to get into that building. There was no turning... Ah! Somebody had hidden the key underneath the flower pot. I don't think... There was no keyhole to put the key into. The door was locked. Of course it was. The door only stayed open for a moment before swinging shut behind the cat. I was gonna have to find another way in. The door only stayed open for a moment before swinging shut behind the cat. I was going to have to find another way in.
I'm usually a stickler for avoiding fire hazards, but this was for the greater good.
My new sidekick had left me with a way in. I'd made it into the canteen. The worker was still there, facing towards the lift. There was one of those new microwave ovens I'd heard about in the corner of the canteen. The idea of almost instant porridge was attractive, but trying to keep Lily away from it wasn't. If I'd known earlier that I'd be standing on a narrow ledge above a hydroelectric dam, I wouldn't have gone out of bed that morning. He sure does have a bird's eye view from up there. I'd scared enough animals with the mask for one day. My sidekick was just waiting for the right... I'd scared enough... Ah! Whoa, whoa. I'd scared enough. My sidekick was just waiting. There's nothing worse than a territorial bird when you're shimmying across a 200-foot drop. Ah! Whoa, whoa. There's nothing worse. Ah! Whoa, whoa. It wasn't gonna help me fly, but I figured I could use it for something. It was hard to tell where the genuine hydroelectric experimental take began.
Что, если вам понравилось, увидимся на следующем видео. Всем спасибо. И до следующего стрима. До следующего стрима.